All right. All right. I'm trying something new, people. Give me patience. Give me all the patience you got. I'm trying this through OBS. I only had a quick 20 minutes to set this up. I don't know if I'm streaming or not. I think I am. But if I am, just give me a quick second as we got all this. All right, I think we are. We're live, folks. I haven't done this through OBS on the main channel. Only, as you guys know, on the 24 streaming channel. So I appreciate everybody's patience as I get this up and running. Rocket Lab launched 78. I know the thumbnail says 77. That was because this is obviously a previously scrubbed launch. So if you guys give me patience afterwards, I will be glad to fix it and fix the thumbnail. But I'm excited. We already got the stream going underway. It should be within 20 minutes or so, I believe. This launch for KAIST Korea will be up and running. Let me just get into the studio, make sure everyone can hear me. All right. One's in the chat if you can hear. Please. Trying something different. We are trying something different. One's in the chat. Let me get this some of these automated things going for y'all. Hopefully we get some real numbers coming in. All right, we got some real numbers coming in, ladies and gentlemen. This is exciting. Let me just see if this switches back and forth. Oh, that's the wrong one. All right, cool. We got the back end going there. We got all this going. Okay, I think we're ready, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready for when this bad boy actually starts working. And quick check for me, y'all. Once I hit that, you should be able to hear the background music from Rocket Lab, and then when I go back to this screen, you shouldn't. So it's just like a quick screen shift, a little wax on, wax off, if you will. So just let me know. You can hear it. You can hear it, and then you don't hear it, right? Thumbs up. Everybody, thumbs up, Arun. Thank you. Thumbs up. Trying to make this a little cleaner, trying something different. You still hear it right now. Oh, okay. Hold on, let me. Oh, you can't just do that. Okay. Well, appreciate you letting me know. Okay, that's nice. I was hoping that with the transition to the screens, the audio would be able to, but okay. It is what it is. All right, so I'll just have to keep that in the background. And Vegas is calling me. They want me to come and hemorrhage cash. Not today, sir. Not today. Let me make sure in the background I have the audio all the way up for the desktop, so when we finally do transition over. And that's all the way over. Make sure this is like somewhat down. Yeah, this is way up there. Something about when I was at the office today, I had to put this bad boy all the way up. Excited, man. For those of you guys that haven't been following along with the upcoming mission for bridging the swarm, let's take a quick look at what we got. Bridging the Swarm, Electron, December 16th, just after midnight in good old England. Launch Complex 1, Neon Sat 1A, 540 kilometers lower Earth orbit, 97.4 degrees. And as you guys can see there, about 7:55. So we should be about 20 minutes. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gents, let me know. This is apparently I don't want this. Is this probably more reasonable? What a great day. What a great day, ladies and gents. Excited to be here with y'all. Sound works. Let's go. This looks like it's higher quality than StreamYard too, huh? I think, like, it's not as fuzzy.
It is a beautiful summer's day on the Mahia Peninsula on New Zealand's east coast, where Electron is vertical on the launch pad and ready to head to space for the second time in 48 hours, this time for the Korea Advanced Institute of Science and Technology, known as KAIST. Welcome to Launch Complex 1 for Rocket Lab's 20th Electron launch of the year. Thank you for joining us. My name's Kim Thompson. I'm a structural analyst in the Neutron team, and with me is Muriel Baker, our Director of Corporate and Launch Communications.
Thanks, Kim. We are launching Electron today from Pad A at Launch Complex 1, one of our 2 launch pads within our private launch site. And launch preparations have run smoothly this morning in the lead up to our 1:55 p.m. local time liftoff target for today's mission. That is 7:55 and 4:55.
Let me know if that's a little bit better.
And 9:55 a.m. in Korea Standard Time for our payload operators.
We all need to go to New Zealand, bro.
Today's mission is called Bridging the Swarm, in a nod to the beginning of the Swarm mission that we launched for KAIST last year. That was the first launch for their NeonSat constellation of Earth imaging satellites.
Sorry, we're tuning it in, guys. We're trying to OBS instead of StreamYard.
Earth orbit at a 97.4 degree inclination.
That gives you some of these cool tickers and stuff, you know? Like, you can see a little rocket lab in the air. Maybe we'll move this bad boy over here. We can do whatever we want, ladies and gentlemen.
KAIST and
it's customizable.
Which is the Korean Aerospace Agency, will use satellite data from the constellation to monitor for natural disasters.
You can see the after hours on the bottom. Ladies and gentlemen, we're stepping it up for you here on the channel.
From KAIST.
15 fucking minutes, guys. I'm amped. Sorry, I shouldn't curse. I'm gonna hide myself. All right, I put the video up another notch. Whoa.
We are thrilled to be launching another mission for KAIST in collaboration with SATRIC, the Korean Aerospace Research Institute, and
Pretty
the
wild,
Korean
man.
government's Ministry of Science and ICT.
Pretty wild. We got 30
Now,
seconds
taking a
to
look
countdown,
at the
man.
To launch, we are now T-minus 12 minutes and 28 seconds to lift off. At T-minus 12 minutes exactly will be our go, no-go poll for today's mission, run from Mission Control by our launch director, Yulia Vimbaka. Each of our launch operators will check in from their stations to confirm their systems are operating as they should, and also to confirm that the range in Mahia is ready to support. So let's listen in.
All right, 12 minutes.
LD on mission code. We are proceeding with the go-no-go sequence, starting off with stage.
Stages go.
Avionics.
Avionics is go.
GNC.
GNC is go.
Recon.
Recon is go.
T1.
T1 is go.
GC.
GC is go.
PLS.
PLS is go.
RSO.
RSO is go.
MET.
Matt is go.
MM.
MM is go.
Oh, my mic.
The go-no-go sequence is complete. We are T-minus 11 minutes and 25 seconds.
My mic's as loud as it can be, my guy.
We'll count auto sequence at T-minus 10 minutes.
Maybe I can
From
make it a
this
little
time,
closer.
the
Maybe that's what it is.
procedure is in effect.
Nice one out of Mission Control there with a clean run across our launch operators.
Looks like we're good, ladies
that
and
moves
gents.
us forward for today's launch at 1:55 p.m. local time in just over 11 minutes.
Matt is
Earlier weather
go.
report had today's
11 minutes,
conditions
baby.
at 95% favorable for launch today, and all other launch vehicle and payload checks are proceeding
We got
nominally.
after hours here
So
in the
while
upper
we're
right.
taking a look at Electron on the pad, here is more about what makes up our small lift rocket. So Electron is a carbon composite launch vehicle
You
that
can see
can
we were
lift
down,
up to
man.
320 kilograms to low Earth orbit, and it has 3 stages: a first stage, a second
We were
stage,
down
and a
today.
kick stage inside Electron's fairing that will carry NeonSat to its orbital destination. Overall, the rocket is 18 meters in length, or about 59 feet, and its diameter is just
No
over
crazy
1
fairing
meter.
today. With the JAXA, I had
We
a
run
wild
two propulsion
fairing. It was really
systems
cool.
across Electron. The
Seems
first
pretty
involves the
normal.
Rutherford, our 3D printed electric pump-fed rocket engine. Now there are 9 of these at the bottom of that first
Little bit of
stage.
wind, looks
and a
like, to the
single
northeast.
space-optimized Rutherford engine on the
Now to
second
the north.
stage. For the kick stage, we use the Curie propulsion system,
Which
a
I
much
think this was
smaller
Alpha.
engine that we use for orbital maneuvering and positioning. This engine is capable of multiple restarts and tightly timed engine burns to deploy the mission's payload to orbit. Now,
Oof, your boy is
precise
hungry,
positioning
guys.
is
Not gonna lie.
especially important for Earth imaging missions like KAIST's.
Hungry
and
for
the
a
kick
launch?
stage is
Just kidding.
capable
No,
of
I'm actually
deploying
really
satellites
confused.
to within just meters of its target. That is an incredible feat, considering that the kick stage travels at an orbital
Everything
velocity
fell today, my
of
guy.
around 8 kilometers per second.
Yeah,
Now,
unfortunately,
that
everything fell
incredible
today.
accuracy allows small satellite operators to choose the exact
Log
parameters that
in.
are critical for their missions, like altitude and inclination, where the orbit directly impacts the satellite's performance for Earth observation, communications, and a whole lot more. And Electron has deployed more than 200 satellites this way across 77 launches as of this weekend. And with today's launch, we are about to add another to the tally for Electron's 78th
Cool.
launch in
All right, now I
just
can chat
9
with you
minutes
guys.
time. Now, while we've got a moment, I
35
want to
seconds
bring your
behind.
attention as well to one of the newer benefits of our workhorse Electron rocket.
I mean-
Now, these missions give us the unique opportunity to test components and technologies in space for our new, much larger rocket, Neutron.
This is
And
the one I
today,
got.
we are testing some thermal protection system
I
panels.
don't know if you're
or
watching it on
TPS
X, and
panels,
this is what's on
which you'll be able
YouTube,
to
or-
spot through our external camera. Our Neutron team will then use
I'm
these
live.
views to confirm that the material properties of the panels
don't know.
match our models and simulations. And now, during ascent, you might notice that these panels degrade and peel off during the stage 1 burn, but do not worry, that is completely intentional. And we'll be sure to remind you of it when it happens, so make sure you stay tuned.
Now, today's launch will also be our 20th of the year, and all but 3 of them have taken place from right here at Launch
Man, I'm
Complex
excited.
1.
8 minutes.
We operate 2 launch pads from our private
This is an
launch site
interesting
on the
one.
Mahia
Jacob put out a
Peninsula.
really good article
Pad
today,
A, which
or
we're
a
flying from
post.
today, and Pad B, just a few meters away, which hosted
There it
our
is.
most recent Electron launch on the weekend. And in fact, over at our Mid-Atlantic Regional Spaceport in Virginia, Launch Complex 2, we have a 3rd Electron pad there as well, where we are just wrapping up the launch rehearsal for our next launch that will fly from there later this week.
There it is.
Now, having these
Later this
dedicated
week.
pads, especially having 2 of those in play within the same site, means that we can launch from one and then move straight onto the next pad while the first one is being made ready for the launch after that. And that's exactly what we need to run back-to-back missions like we're doing today. Here's more about Launch Complex 1.
So Launch Complex 1 is Rocket Lab's privately owned launch complex here in New Zealand, in one of the most remote parts of the country, in a remote part of the world. We have 2 launch pads, as well as large
Not glowing
hangar where we
yet.
can process multiple
Now I'm
Electron
glowing,
vehicles
bitches.
simultaneously.
Let's go.
And a number of clean rooms where customers can work on their payloads and
Let
integrate
us
their payloads
go.
into Electron. The location that we're in here in New Zealand is fantastic. There are very few airplanes flying above us. There are very few ships in
Man,
the seas around
look how
us.
beautiful that
and
shit
so
is.
it's both easy for us to manage those during a launch campaign.
Imagine
and also
walking down
does
the
not prohibit
rocket.
us from
That'd
launching
be so
pretty much
cool.
any time. The fact that Rocket
That
Lab owns and
was a cut of
operates
a
LC1
reusable,
on their own
looks
is
like.
extremely advantageous. It means that we have full control over everything that goes on there. We have
Yeah, it looks
first
like a
and only
reusable boy
priority,
because it had the red
and
fairing
we
around
can do with it what we want. So we can configure things exactly to how Electron is designed, and we can make it work specifically for our needs so that we can turn around launches as fast as anything. We also operate from LC2, which is Wallops Flight Facility. It's a very similar activity over there. We just have some other parties that are involved. We have some really great partners
Let's
that help us with those
go.
operations. We've proven that we can launch one rocket after another within 24 hours. And with all the pads occupied, we could do the same for 3 rockets in 24 hours as well.
You hear that? 3 rockets, 24 hours, baby.
So as the launch rate picks up around the world from all providers, it prohibits flexibility in a lot of cases. So
Hey, people,
if
as someone
you
acting on the
are
rocket, I am
operating from a pad
lighter
at
than
federal launch
330
sites,
kilograms, believe it or
and,
not, so they could send me to space if they
Another
wanted.
organization is also operating, and they have an issue on their vehicle, and they have to delay a day. That may affect your opportunities to launch or other parties' opportunities to launch.
Look at that.
And it's this cumulative effect that means that everyone's sort of impacted by everyone else. Whereas with our own launch site that we have full control over and are the sole operators at, if we
what
have
was
to
I gonna
delay a
add?
day for
I
weather
was gonna add
or
something.
similar things, then not a big deal. We don't need to stop anyone else from launching. We deal with it ourselves. When we did our first Electron launch from LC1, it was not only an accomplishment for Electron as a vehicle, but also the fact that we were the first in the world to have a private orbital launch site. And that was a huge deal. You know, the regulatory hurdles that we had to jump through and the efforts that it took to make that happen were just as big of a deal as to get Electron off the pad. And so that was a huge accomplishment, an exciting accomplishment, and we've just leveraged that since then. And, you know, as I've said, added another pad and made it just more and more easy for us to do it. And it's just so liberating to have the freedom to operate from there. So it's the most beautiful launch pad in the world, without a doubt.
Get him.
I might be biased, but I agree with Michael there. Absolutely gorgeous.
Okay, time now to
like
turn
her
back
accent.
to the countdown to launch for Electron. And we are at T-minus
All right,
3
let me see if I
minutes,
can add
43
this really
seconds
quick.
and counting until we send NeonSat 1A to space for KAIST.
And
we are
another-
tracking no issues with the rocket, the weather, or
Another
the range
window.
in these final few moments. Very
Let's
soon,
see,
Electron's
window.
autonomous flight computer will take over and run the last 2 minutes or so of operations
Yeah, I
on
can
its
add that
own,
too.
which includes finalizing the
cool thing
propellant
about
load and checking that
OBS.
both stages of the vehicle are fully pressurized for launch before liftoff.
At T-minus 10 seconds, our launch director will count down from mission control before Electron
need to
launches
keep that up
off
there,
the
but I
pad
just
at
wanted to have
LC1
it
for this mission.
in the background.
It's about that time, so let's listen back into MCC to hear those final moments before launch. Go Electron and go KAIST.
Let's go, baby.
From now on, there should
Sorry,
be
I got
no red
distracted.
flags
I'm
on
like
critical LCCs.
overwhelmed by
We
this
can audio
OBS
mission
thing.
Code.
LD VCon.
Lock the auto sequence and confirm.
Confirmed.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to launch this candle.
Confirmed.
To all operators, we go for auto sequence start at T-minus 2 minutes. LDs go for launch.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're going to be ready to go. But yeah, in the background, I was just putting up the, if we are actually good, Jacob put together a post that talked about the next potentially, other than this one, 2 potential additional. This is not a good space for me to be in. Move myself over. But yeah, you could see potentially up to 22, 23 launches this year. We will see. We will see. We'll see. 2 minutes. Look at that frost build up, my guys. Look at that frost build up. Are you guys looking at that? Look at that. It's like an inch. It's like a couple inches thick, it almost looks like. That's insane. All right, we got a minute 30.
Complete. System is in recirculation.
Excited. The iron back is still pulled back, so it looks like we're. I wasn't expecting this today. I'm excited. You guys got me excited. Sorry if I'm a little enthusiastic. Somebody told me to shut up. Sorry. I'm excited we're launching rocket number 78. You shut up. We got T-minus 1 minute.
Disabled.
Let's go.
Stage 1 and Stage 2 tanks are pressed for flight.
High flow engine purge enabled.
Dude, I don't know. That ice looks extra thick today. Block him. Chat. Get him out. Get him out. Ray, get him out. Melanie, get him out. All right, we got T-minus 20, baby. Don't time him out. Just get him out.
20 seconds and counting.
Let's go. Look at that, dude. Look at that ice. It looks so thick today.
10, 9.
All right, I'm hiding.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No.
Abort. To all operators, we are proceeding with the immediate abort sequence.
All right, round it down.
GC LD mission code.
LDGC.
Confirm the range state is inhibit.
Confirmed.
And GC, please confirm the stage 1 and stage 2 umbilical status is engaged.
Confirm.
There's an auto abort.
Okay, just confirming what we heard from mission control there. Sounds like an abort was called in that countdown, so we are waiting to hear more from mission control.
All right, I'm glad auto shut down. Rather that than launch something and it rud. We'll hear more. Yeah, we'll hear more. Yeah, they said Matt was go. Nah, I think we're good. You hear the drone flying around.
Terminal board checks sequence 70.
Copy and work.
At this point, we are not recycling, we are scrubbing for today.
Okay. Curious to see what happened.
PLS LD mission code.
LD PLS.
Proceed with the PLS prep and detank sequence 72.
Looks like they're going to push it.
Copy sequence 72 and work.
They're going to scrub for today. It's probably one of those cases where...
Okay, we heard it from mission control there with the short launch window for today and that abort called right at liftoff. It looks like we won't be recycling the count today and we'll be standing down.
Aww.
Thank you though for sticking with us, and we'll provide updates on our website and social media channels as soon as we have them.
All right, you heard it from the boss lady herself, man. Unfortunately, you're going to stand down. They're going to scrub this bad boy. I'll auto abort sequence. They didn't get off the pad. They shut it down before they, officially pulled it back. So they aborted it. They're going to scrub. It seems like, I think that they would normally go for another attempt. But I think they have a short window. I'm not 100% certain why this window is so short. Maybe you really need to get into that optimal window for altitude and everything like that. So I don't know. It's interesting. So we'll hopefully, I think they have a window for the next couple days. So fingers crossed that they'll be able to get it up and running. But I wish I was able to hang out more with you guys. But while I'm here, I was excited to see a launch as well, my guy. Appreciate you tuning in. While we're here, I might as well ask you, for those of you guys that are interested in keeping the party going. Obviously, we have a good amount of people here. I'm not 100% certain how many people are here, probably over 100. But if you guys could, please give me the opportunity to introduce you to the Street Exchange. You get a little bit of the music going for you guys. And what this is it's a, I'll put this link in the chat for you guys, but it's a 24-hour stream. Keeps you guys updated with some of the top movers of the day, the schedule for everybody. Let me move my fat head. Actually, better yet, let me move myself over to here. But you can kind of see, I have to refresh the stream piece here, but has the schedule for the day, who's on tomorrow, what's going on with the VIX, the Fear and Greed, and then obviously some Palantir, Rocket Lab, etc. And then the hope is, obviously this stream is about to end, right? Unfortunately, if you guys have the opportunity to go in there, chit chat a little bit, and keep the conversation going while you're waiting for, say, Steve to come on or Tanner to come on or whatever, got Hot Ray showing up there, you can keep it going. So would hope that you guys enjoy that. And I know right now it's probably pretty quiet, but there's other things that are going to be happening. I hope within a couple weeks I'll be able to program, you guys will be able to invest my money. Literally once an hour, there's going to be people able to vote to potentially buy I don't know, $1 worth or sell $1 worth of stock. And it's all going to be based off of, hey, who over the last 10-15 minutes wants to buy, let's say, $1 Tesla or sell whatever it is. And hopefully my thought is we'll start off with a $500 piece or so, and any donations potentially you guys can continue to donate over time, and you guys will be able to invest that. It'll be cash that you guys have the ability to invest. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy that, and hopefully we'll be able to get a good conversation going on there over time. But yeah, it's going to take some programming and some trial and error. So, but hopefully in the coming months, we'll be able to do that. So much appreciated. Hopefully you guys enjoy the new ticker symbol down at the bottom. You can see that is always going to be constantly updated. If you want a ticker added on the 24/7 Market Chat Lounge, just let me know. I'll add that ticker. It's customizable. So the hope is over time we'll be able to get a little bit more updates associated with that. I'm gonna go into the other room. I have this on a separate computer, so it's always running 24/7, and I can still do whatever I like to do. I'm gonna order some dinner, and hopefully the stream will come up, because I think it'll show that I'm streaming right now, or at least that I was streaming, and I think you'll be able to see Steve as well, because I think Steve is currently live. So you guys rock. Hopefully there's some cool things that are coming in to the future. The ticker symbol's live, guys. Like, you go look, it's automatically updating to the best of its ability. I think it refreshes like every 30, 45, 50 seconds. So who else we got on there? Yeah, we got Steve Fiorillo. So if you guys aren't familiar with Steve, you could use the links in the 24/7 Market Lounge to go and copy and paste and get to Steve if you don't have it. And then also it's got like TJ, whomever. So whoever's streaming at that moment, it should show up in the lower right, but I think I just have to hit refresh. So you guys rock, appreciate you. And sorry we didn't have a good launch today, but I'd rather a scrub than a rud. So curious to see. I think Rocket Lab actually just posted specifically what it was. They basically just said, we're standing down from today's launch attempt after an abort on ignition. As usual, we have backup opportunities with the new T0 date shortly. So looks like in the next couple days, we'll still be able to get this off and get the cadence back up to 22. Because currently we're at 21 or so. Oh, it was just refreshing. Cool. You guys rock. Thank you guys so much.